Hi everyone, it's Mita from Resta Vida here, and it's been about a year or more that I have recorded an Insomnia night, and it's because I haven't been having insomnia until recently because I have just gotten some braces and they hurt really badly. I can't do anything about that because I already took my magnesium and I already did all the things that I said to do, but it still hurts. And the only thing that can help me right now is some painkillers, which I have some, but I'm not going to take them until it's unbearable. Or I'm starting to lose sleep. And keeping me company is Little. Say hi. She's not supposed to be in the kitchen, but she's here anyways. Let me get her out. I really want to come back on and start talking about what has been happening in my life recently. And if you're wondering about this, it's just a wrist stabilizer that I used to stabilize my wrist when I sleep because I had some issues with carpal tunnel and I get cramps from time to time because in addition to the carpal tunnel, I also had broken that hand and got 2 surgeries and 1 year's worth of physical therapy. So it's like an old injury that hurts every now and again, I guess, when the weather changes. So I tend to use it to stabilize my wrist when I sleep, and it really does help. So I was saying that I hope that I can start coming back on again and be a little bit more transparent about what has been happening. And if you missed my last updates because I didn't make them, it's about my antidepressants, and I have said, I'm not sure if I mentioned it on here or somewhere else, that I switched from escitalopram to Brintellix, and that has been going so smoothly for me, and I can't wait to start giving updates on that. But I need to watch what I say and kind of be careful because I have some personal things that I'm going through right now that could probably be used as ammunition against me. So I'm gonna just cut that off right there. Let's see what. Oh, I graduated. I got my PhD, and then I have started a new job, and I've been there for a year. It is amazing. I love my boss. I love the work that I do, and my coworkers are very, very agreeable. Every single person is agreeable in their own way. Additionally, nobody is trying to sabotage anyone, and whoever was doing that got let go in like 6 months. So yeah, I think I'm starting to do great. Oh, one more thing I want to say before I sign off, and yes, I am going to bed. He only put the brackets on the top and not the bottom because I initially went there to do the whole mouth, and I started about 3:30, and I had told him I need to leave before or by 5 because it's a 30-minute commute from the hospital to back to my home, and I needed to be home by a certain time. And he said, no, we can do them all. I'm like, no, we're doing the top. So when we started, he's looking at the clock and he's like, you know what, I think we're gonna do the top today, and then on your next appointment we're gonna do the bottom. But this is not about my braces. This is about insomnia, which is technically still about my braces because these are what are keeping me up. I did get COVID and it sucked. I thought I was gonna die, but I didn't. I wasn't hospitalized, but it was terrible either way. I don't know if the vaccine helped or not. so I can't speak to that, but I know I recovered, but it was long and slow. And it was, but it was not like long COVID like people have. So I guess I was lucky in that regard. And I also was very lucky to still have had my job, and I didn't get my pay cut for not being at work for 10 days. So I'm really grateful for that. I'm grateful for a complete recovery. What else happened that I can talk about? Well, you saw I got a couple of cats, and they have been really helpful with the depression and the anxiety. Because they're warm and furry, and they come and they lie next to you and they start purring. And I read somewhere that starts releasing oxytocin in your system and makes you feel that feeling of love. The only thing right now I'm struggling with is like the poop scooping. Like, I don't like scooping poop, but that's fair trade, so take that. What else is new? I started redoing the house to how I like it, and it's because I am now living alone here with my daughter, so it's just her and I. And maybe I tell that story of how that came to be, but I feel like after that experience, and now that I am single, and I am a single mother, which is like hard to say. It's kind of, a bitter pill, because that wasn't the way that I was going. But anyway, it doesn't feel as hard for me as it was like being in that situation. I would rather be a single mother than be in that situation. So that's, it's not easy because the homework is hard, and it's late, and we have to do all the things, and sometimes I don't have no, I'm not crying. Sometimes I don't have like somebody to help me watch her, and I need to do things late in the evening or something like that. The dishes stay in the sink sometimes 2 days in a row, but I make sure that they stay in the sink because her and I are having like fun times. I make sure that I pack them away and there's no flies or insects or whatever. So I don't want to steal time from what we could be spending together, like worrying about the dishes or something like that. So I would come home early from work and do them and tidy up the house, so when she comes home from school, everything looks nice. And I've been starting to cook again for myself. So I cook like 5 meals for my lunches, and then I bake some scones or biscuits or buns or whatever for breakfast. And I'm starting to enjoy that again, because before, cooking felt like a chore. It felt like a chore, and it was just because of who I was with when I was cooking. It made me feel like it was a chore, and I hated cooking. So after that situation ended, I was just ordering food like every day, because I was like so disgusted for being in the kitchen. But then I started coming back in the kitchen a little bit more, just because I hate looking for food at lunchtime, because I don't like to go outside and get in the sun or the rain or whatever it is in Taipei at the time. And I started making my lunches out of necessity, and then I was like, hey, I like this. And it aligned with my new I don't want to say the word thing, but it aligned with this new thing that I'm doing, self-love, hence the braces, because I want to start taking care of the inside and the outside. I'm still continuing to do therapy. these really hurt, so I will probably take that acetaminophen. But our sessions are cut down to once a month, and I think that's okay for me right now. I know I didn't say this before, but right now I'm in court litigations. So I will make another video on that, and I will say as much as I'm allowed to say. Because when you're dealing with a toxic situation, people tend to take everything and run with it. And it's not that I would be wrong to be sharing my story, but it's like just so harassing, you know? Like every time you say something, they have to like twist it, turn it 10 different ways, and then the next thing you know, you end up in court again on some bogus charge, and then you don't really have anything come out of it, but then it's just like the energy you have to put into it to say that you're innocent, you know. It's really like annoying. Okay, I'm gonna stop here because it's about 10 minutes and I don't want this to go on too long, because like I've been gone for a while, and then the next time you saw me, I'm in pajamas and space buns and talking about court litigations and switching antidepressants, and I haven't been filling you in. So I'm gonna go and lie down for another hour, and if I still feel pain, I'm gonna take that acetaminophen. Until I see you again, sleep well, live well, bye. And I'm sorry for being gone for so long, but I'm back.